hell? Last thing I remember was sitting down to watch Ang Lee's Hulk, and it was so fucking boring that I passed out. How did I get...
I believe I can answer that question. Hello, little Blockbuster Buster. Believe it is time for me to exact my revenge.
Revenge for what? I've never made fun of you.
Exactly, you think my movies are so bad, you won't even review them.
No doubt, Sauerkraut. Your movies suck beyond belief.
For that, you will suffer. In 5 minutes, I will release a toxic gas in the room unless you watch and review.
Oh god, are you gonna make me watch In the Name of the King?
No, I will make you take on a trilogy that is near and dear to your little fanboy soul. The Trinity of Evil.
In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels, in a world where big budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster.
I guess I should start by explaining what the Trinity of Evil is. You see, it all started in the mid-90s when comic book movies were not so great. And then in 1998, this changed when one film ended the ongoing parade of shitty comic book movies. And this film was Blade. Blade made comic book movies cool, and it paved the way for the two other big comic book movie franchises, X-Men and Spider-Man, which was the first comic book movie to gross over $400 million at the box office. Now, these three movies have a lot in common. For one, all three of them had really good sequels, but when the trequels came, that's when the shitstorm began. So today we take a look at the first member of the Trinity of Evil, Blade Trinity. Now, the Blade franchise is pretty kick-ass, and I highly recommend everybody check out the first two films. And the plots are pretty elementary. I mean, vampires are real, Blade fights them. So how could you fuck that up? Let's take a look. So our movie opens up with what else? Blade fighting vampires.
Warning, warning. Cool opening scene has been detected.
I'm not gonna fall for it this time. Something stupid's gonna happen any minute. They killed Whistler? Why? He's one of my favorite characters. Why would they... So let me get this straight. They kill him in the first one, only to bring him back in the second one, and then they kill him in the third? Why would they do that? Ugh. Well, I guess it's racist the stakes. The arrested Blade? Damn, the stakes are really high. I wonder what the vampire's plan is.
Look at this.
That's it? To bring Dracula back to life? They spent all this time and effort to make Blade into a credible film series, and their big plan is to have him fight Dracula? Well, is he at least a really cool Dracula, like Christopher Lee? Well, no. When he's not busy morphing into Sauron from Lord of the Rings, this Dracula likes to spend all of his free time walking in slow motion, threatening babies, and window shopping.
Just about anything. Even vampire vibrators.
Nah, too easy. God, can this movie get any worse?
Evening, ladies.
Ah, fuck bunnies. I'm starting to miss Shia LaBeouf right about now. So Blade is rescued from jail by two young vampire hunters. Hannibal King, who dispenses almost as many bullets as he does lame one-liners.
We were gonna go with the Care Bears, but that was taken.
And Abigail Whistler, who's Whistler's daughter. What the... What? Huh? Where'd you get your arrows from, Oliver Queen? So Van Wilder and Princess Bland take Blade back to their headquarters where they meet Patton Oswalt. Kick ass! I guess this movie isn't as bad as I remember. What the fuck is the deal with this movie? They keep killing off all the good characters and leaving all the worst ones alive. It's like Uwe Ball directed this movie.
I heard that.
She's making playlists. She likes to listen to MP3s when she hunts. It's like her own internal soundtrack, you know? Darkcore, trip-hop.
Oh, thank you. That's a great little piece of exposition. Thank you for telling us all that. There's just one thing. Nobody gives a fucking shit!
Yeah, I'm more of a David Hasselhoff fan, you know?
So Blade and the Scooby Gang go around rattling the cages to see if they can find Dracula's whereabouts, and I don't give a shit. Hannibal King gets kidnapped, and I still don't give a shit. Their headquarters gets ransacked by vampires, and I still don't give a shit. Why, you may ask? Because there's no fucking urgency! The bad guys have absolutely no master plan in this movie. Yeah, they're farming humans like in The Matrix, but when the heroes find out, that plan's already in motion, there's nothing they can do about it. Other than bringing Dracula back to life, all the vampires do is sit around hitting things!
Can't destroy!
Like typical vampires, her fangs are located in her vagina.
My god, you're lame. I wonder how they came up with such lame characters. Hey, DB, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Fedora Freddy. As you know, we are revamping the Blade series, no pun intended, and we are looking to get rid of that tired old sidekick of his and replace him with two young hip ones. Do you have any ideas?
How about this? His name is Hannibal King. He's a former vampire who's now human and he hunts the vampires.
Is there anything special about
He's
him?
got jokes.
Are they funny?
No.
He'll do. What else do you got?
Okay, how about this? Abraham Whistler Jr. He is a young vampire hunter who wants to follow in his father's footsteps.
I don't know.
He's got a bow and arrow.
You're getting warmer.
How about we make him into a girl and change his name to Abigail?
Stop drilling, you're struggling.
So Blade and Abby get back to headquarters only to find that all of their friends have been killed by vampires. And what is Abigail's reaction to this? Ah! 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 Really? That's the best reaction that you could come up with? Damn it, woman! This movie has a wrestler and a little kid in it, and they're both better actors than you! So apparently there's this virus that could potentially kill all the vampires. The catch is that it might just kill Blade in the process. So our heroes have to storm the castle, kill all the vampires, and save Hannah, but not before some target practice and a slow-motion music video. So our heroes take on Dracula and all the other vampires when... What the...
Made a goddamn vampire Pomeranian?
So Blade, ever the noble hero, commits the ultimate sacrifice to save the day, and dies. Psych! It was really Dracula posing as Blade. And why did Dracula sacrifice himself for Blade?
You fought with honor.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Thank you. Excuse me. So are all the vampires in the world dead? Well, not really, because according to Van Wilder's closing monologue, there are still vampires out there. So what exactly did the virus do? Well, it killed all the vampires that were in that particular room who were not good guys. That's just dumb. This movie sucks big sweaty huevos. It just wastes way too much time with characters that sound like
Rejects from a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And it just forgets about all the great characters that have already been a big part of the franchise. Like, for example, Blade, who's barely in the fucking movie! Not to mention the villain sucks. This is the most bland and boring version of Dracula that I have ever seen. My god, George Hamilton in Love at First Bite was way more threatening. In spite of all of its shittiness, this movie still grossed more money than Actually, nothing. This movie bombed like a motherfucker and was probably the reason for burying the Blade franchise. Alright, that's it. I reviewed stupid-ass Blade Trinity. Now let me go, we ball.
Not so fast, little Blockbuster Buster. It is called the Trinity of Evil. That means you still have 2 more bad movies to review.
Oh, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't be able to count since you can't direct.
I heard that. Here's your next movie.
What is this? I feel... Wow. This feels good.